just like the sound of it.
Yeah. Thrashing hoes, then we pass them over. Splashing mimosa on they Fashion Nova. Hoes tell stories about how they know us. Who got the next tail like Motorola? Fresher than a bowl of Gorgonzola. Rocking furs like we in the polar. Designer bomber walking out Gabbana. Butterfly little mama out to St. Thomas.
What's up, YouTubers? Mike here for Drones Are Eagles. Alright. I got a lot of things I want to talk about that I have to get out of my head. I usually say, where do I begin? But this time I know where I'm beginning, and it's only with one person. I know a lot of yous out there are probably going to hate what I'm about to say. Probably a lot of yous are definitely going to disagree. But I think there's a little cult, if you want to call it. I think there's a little cult out there that would agree with me. But I gave up on Carson Wentz. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. I watched Aaron Rodgers this year go a few games without his top receivers and a lot of his number one players, and managed to still be 8-2. Same thing with Dak. You know, not as much as Aaron Rodgers, but enough for him to still put up 400 yards. Here's how I see it. When Carson Wentz went down in LA in 2017 and Nick Foles had to come in, we still didn't lock up that number one seed. Home field throughout. We still didn't lock it. He came in and did his job, and he secured a lock. Then when we had Atlanta coming in, we were the underdogs. We had our back against the wall. Nobody believed Nick Foles can do it. You see what Nick did, right? With his back against the wall. Then we got the Vikings coming in. Again, underdogs. Nick's back, his back against the wall again. And then you see what he did. Same thing in the Super Bowl. Underdogs. Nick had his back against the wall, and you see what he did. Then we go to last season, the 2018 season. Wentz goes 5-7 after that Dallas loss. Pulled him for some back issues, which I still think was a lie. I think they knew the season was over, and they wanted to save him for next season. So they knew the season was done, and they knew one more loss, it was 100% done. So what did Foles do? The first game, had to go to LA and play the Rams, a team that was fighting for the number 1 and 2 seed at the time. Heavy underdogs, I think by 2 touchdowns. What does Nick does with his back against the wall? Once again, he wins. Then he goes plays a Texan team that I believe was playing for the number 2 seed at that time. Heavy underdogs again. What does Nick do with his back against the wall? He wins. Then we had played the last game of the year against the Redskins and hope for a Vikings loss to make it into the playoffs. First the Eagles got to take care of business. First the Eagles got to take care of business and beat the Redskins, which wasn't hard to do. It was easy to do, but it's a division game, and anything can happen. You throw records out the window when it's a division game. What does Nick do? Because his back against the wall, even though we was favored to win that game, but everybody knew we lost that game, we're out of the playoffs. So what does Nick do? With his back against the wall, yes, he wins that game. So, and then Let's go to the playoffs last year. Chicago Bears. Heavy favorite at home. #1 defense and all that. What does Nick Foles do with his back against the wall? That's right, he wins. I've been saying that I don't think Foles is better than Wentz. But I'm starting to think he is, because you really don't need to run to be a good quarterback. I'm Brady to run a lot. And Brady does not run a lot, and he's successful. Foles didn't run a lot, and he was successful. Now, let's go back to Wentz. This year, there was only one game that he won that had his back against the wall. And not really either. And I'm talking about the Green Bay game. Everybody was calling it a must-win. I don't understand how it was a must-win when there were, what was it, 1-3 at the time? 1-3, I think it was. It wasn't 2-2. I think they were 1-3. 1-2. They were 1-2. Whatever. Green Bay was 3-0. How's that game? How's that back against the wall when you still got 13 more games? But anyway, that's what they called it. It was one of them games, and he won. That's it. You can add the Buffalo game too if you want. I had them winning that game anyway. The games that I thought he would lose, he lost, except the Buffalo game. The games that I thought he would win, he lost. I just gave up on him, that's all. He had many opportunities to beat the Patriots yesterday. The second to last drive. The second to last drive, when he missed Goddard, he missed Ertz, and Aguilar a few times. Come on, man. He had a lot of bad throws, man. He wasn't even touched. A lot of throws hit the ground. A lot, man. And his rookie year, he was, I believe, 7-9. Then the 2017 year goes, he gets hurt. You've seen what happened that year. Then last year he goes 5-7 when they pulled him, and already he's 5-5 this year. You can talk about his receivers being out and all that, but I already told you. Look at Rodgers and a lot of these quarterbacks that are playing without their superstars. They're getting the job done. Look what Bridgewater did in New Orleans. He went 5-0. I mean, the list goes on and on. Wentz got the body and the athletic, to be better than 5-5 this season. If Bridgewater can do it, so can Wentz. And as you see, he failed. I hate to say this, man. He's not a franchise quarterback, man. He's not. I know a lot of you saying, "What? Are you crazy?" Listen, man. This is the first time I feel this way, and this has been going on all year. All year, this has been going on with Wentz, and he's just not franchise, man. He's not. I'm sorry, man. He's not. And I think I found the big reason. And it happened to McNabb. It happened to RG3. It happened, I believe it was Vic. But once you get an injury like they had, and you're out for 8-9 months, and you come back, sometimes you're never the same. And look at RG3. What happened to him? As soon as he went down, he came back. His career is over. McNabb scared to play after his first one. Look at Bradford. So I'm thinking it's that. I don't think he'll ever recover from that injury. So that's just my opinion. I think he's done, and I think we give him one more year next year. If he comes out, if we miss the playoff this year and he does the same thing next year, it's time to look for another quarterback in the draft or trade him or do something. But that's how I stand on Wentz right now. I'm wearing his jersey. I got many of his jerseys. I'm very, very, very hurt that I feel this way about him, and I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he goes to the playoffs of the years and do something, because I am a diehard Eagles fan. So that's all I have to say about that right now. Leave a comment below and tell me what you think, and that's all I have to say. So like and subscribe, share if you like. Until next time, this is Mike for Drones Are Eagles. Peace.